Hey guys, so today I wanted to start off my toilet talk by saying Happy Black History Month and letting you guys know that Black history is American history, so everybody should be celebrating. Everybody, it affects everybody. I myself happen to be Black, so there you go. That's how it's relevant to me. Today, we are going to be discussing a hot topic, so to speak. Let's get into it. A particular rapper from Detroit, I should say plus size. I'm not going to say the rapper's name because she like to sue people. And honey, I ain't got it right now. I don't know if I'll ever have it for somebody to sue me. I'm telling you, I don't have the funds right now to be sued. And these people, you post stuff on the internet, they like to go after you. They like to get your content deleted. They like to, sue you personally. Baby, I mean, you can try, but I ain't got it. So, I digress. Back to the topic at hand. A plus size rapper from Detroit, female, recently tried to, call for a Lyft. You guys know Lyft is like Uber, ride sharing service. So she calls for this Lyft and the driver pulls up. And the driver basically looks at her and tells her, "You're not going to fit in my car." Pause on that for a minute. He looks at her, tells her, "You're not going to fit in my car." She then begins to argue with the gentleman and say, my friend has a car. I fit into it easily. Yes, sir, I will fit into your car. So it's this back and forth. And he's responding like a dumbass. Like he's just going back and forth with her. "Oh, no, you're not going to fit in the car. Da, 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 da." It ends up with him saying, "I'll cancel the ride and refund your money." This apparently wasn't a good enough solution for her because she is now suing Lyft. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the whole thing from beginning to end. I think that she baited that man. I think that what I would have done in that situation is I would have pulled up. I would have asked her name. "Oh, is this you? Okay." And then I would have pulled right the fuck off. Listen, you're not going to bait me into no situation like that where you're suing me, you're suing the company, all of that. No, we're not doing that. Ma. And I doubt she'll ever see this video, whatever. It's cool, I'm not even going to directly address her. But girl, you plus size is an understatement for this one. She's clocking in at a good 450-ish. 450. The man's car already sounded like it was struggling, like it was on its last legs. Like, "I'm coming, Elizabeth." Like it was gonna be a struggle. 450. I don't know how you getting in that small ass sedan. I don't know. I don't know how it was gonna work. And you can tell that she's really, trying to push the issue so that she can file this lawsuit. I feel bad for the dude because he didn't smell the bullshit. He didn't smell it at all. You could tell the dude is, I'm not going to say he's a nice dude, but he was just coming at the situation calmly. He just stating facts. You're not going to fit back there. I saw her. I saw the car. I think he has a valid concern. Add to that Uber and Lyft. I've driven for Uber and Lyft, by the way. Uber and Lyft do not compensate you for damages to your car. So let's say she gets into this car, right? It's overweight capacity. She fucks up his tires or his shocks or whatever. I don't know the components in a car, whatever. Who's going to pay for it? It's going to come out of his pocket. So now you have taken somebody on like what, maybe a $30 ride, and you have hundreds, if not thousands, of damages to your car. You have to pay that out of pocket. Nobody's helping you with that. The company don't care. Pay it out of pocket yourself. I totally understand why this man canceled that ride. And I just think the audacity of you to know that you are not plus size. That's not plus. Listen. I'm a plus size woman. I get it. There's a lot of discrimination based on weight. There's a lot of things that you are secluded from. You know, it's bad. It's a bad feeling. Discrimination is a bad feeling. But there are certain factors in our lives that we can control. Weight usually being one of them. Yes, there's circumstances where, you don't control your weight entirely. Different things add to weight loss, weight gain, stress, eating habits, activity levels, all of that. Cool. But you have to at least be aware of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to know your limitations, what you can and cannot do. But she swore up and down that she could get in the back of this man's car. No, baby, it wasn't happening. It wasn't. And not to be nasty, because like I said, I'm a plus size woman myself. I usually hover between, I want to say, the late 100s and the early 200s. That's usually that little 195 to like 205 area. That's usually me. I've been big all my life. I was a big little girl. I was a big teenager. And I'm a biggish woman, So I do get it. I understand. I think this is a shame because the dude, just as a little sidebar, the dude did end up getting let go by Lyft. They fired him. You don't know what this man had to pay for. You don't know. It's tough out here. I said that in my last video. It is tough out here. Getting a job is a nightmare right now. You don't know what that guy had to pay for, what he's doing with that money. That might have been his only source of income, and the company let him go. I have issues with that alone. The company itself, Lyft. So you mean to tell me, if I don't feel comfortable having somebody in my vehicle, you can let me go? You can just fire me. Just fuck whether I'm a good driver. My driver rating is up there consistently. This one thing that makes perfect sense, you can let me go. But you know what? That's most companies today. Most companies do not stand by their employees, so I'm not even surprised. But I would say Lyft needs to give that man his job back. It is completely unfair. Completely unfair. And I doubt they give a fuck, but it's unfair. Hopefully the dude is doing well. He's found another job. He's driving for Uber or whatever. Hopefully. I give that man props for the way he dealt with it. He didn't say, "Oh, you fat bitch, you can't get in my car," running his mouth. I wouldn't have said nothing. Like I said, I would have drove off. But, I mean, the way he handled it, it was with decorum. It was kind. It wasn't demeaning. And it still wasn't good enough. It still was not good enough. Like I said before, sometimes we have to be realistic about how we look, our appearance, how we're going out in society. Be as fat as you want. Be as ugly as you want. Whatever the fuck it is. Be as gay as you want. Anything. Who cares? Who cares? But don't make that shit society's problem. Do not make that shit society's problem, because it's not fair. The world does not have to change for you. You specifically. This is the most entitled ass generation that I've ever seen. It really is. Something offended me. I want it gone. You gotta change. No. I have to change. For you to be 450 pounds, you have to change some shit. And I'm gonna just be real. You have to change some shit. You do. That is fucking ridiculous. But like I said, you don't control other people's bodies. It is what it is. But there are so many cases, especially right now, where people think the world has to change for them. For example, I saw an influencer, big girl. She was taking a trip somewhere. She's saying that the seats aren't big enough. If you are like 300, 400, 500, 600 pounds, of course the fucking seats ain't big enough. The average person is like, what? 150 to 250? Let's put it in that bracket. 150 to 250. You're going to fit in those seats. But it is not the airline's problem or anybody else's problem, especially a person that would be sitting next to her and the fat is spilling out into the next seat. That is not their problem. People don't have to fucking accommodate you for shit that's your fault. I'll say it again. People don't have to accommodate you for shit that's your fault. Discrimination in any of these cases, even with Lyft, discrimination based on mental handicap, something that you don't control, I would totally be on the side of the person suing. I would hope that they win their case. I would. Any mental handicaps, physical disabilities, stuff that is not your fault, that you did not bring upon yourself, I would totally say sue the shit out of that company. Don't let them get away with it. But shit you bring on yourself because you like fucking Popeyes, because you like fucking KFC, and your back is big as hell? Come on now. Come on now. We gotta stop doing this shit here, man. It's not the world's fault. It's your fault. I'm just gonna say it. It's your fault. See, I had a conversation with a friend of mine. I'm an old school fat. I'm old school. When I was coming up, I give away my age because I'm completely transparent with it. I'm 38. So when I was coming up in school, you had a lot of bullying. A lot of it. It affected me. It affected my self-esteem. And I'm not saying that it's right at all. I'm not saying that it's right. But being old school fat like that and being made fun of kind of made you cover yourself, be more aware of how you look and how you are presenting yourself to the world. These new school fat bitches, child, they have no shame. There is no shame in their game. Like, I'm talking about you coming out 350 with a crop top on and a mini skirt, rolls hanging out. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you're my friend and you come out with your rolls hanging out, I don't care that you have rolls. That's fine. You know, like I said, I don't control your body. Whatever you want to do with your body, that's you. You pay the consequences for that, whatever it is, health, socially, whatever. But if you, as my friend that I love, come out your crib 350 with a crop top on, rolls hanging out, mini skirt, I'm gonna say, girl, go back in there and put on something. You ain't coming out with me like that. I'm gonna tell you, you're not doing it. I'm not gonna have you embarrass yourself, because that's what it is. It's embarrassing as fuck. It don't look good. Hell, sometimes it don't look good on skinny chicks either. Let's be for real about it. Sometimes it's overexposure. It's too much hanging out. I can see too much. No hate, no shade, but I said what I said. Sometimes you have to let people know how they look. You have to be honest and real with people. I'd rather you hear it from me than you come home crying because somebody just tore you the fuck up. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. There's confidence, and then there's fucking delusion. Don't let these people gas your head up. Yes, queen, yes, you look good, girl. No. And it's all dependent on your body type, however you rocking it. I've seen bigger women wear stuff and it looked good. But you have to have some kind of awareness of your body shape, your body portions. I don't know. The delusion is real. A lot of delulu people out here, man. Like I said, I'm old school fat. I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to hide it. I'm going to tuck it in. I'm going to, get a waist trainer, girdle, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to reduce it. There's some bitches out there trying to let it out for the world to see. And everybody see it. Everybody see the rolls and the cellulite. And it's like, girl, the audacity of you to come out your house like that. Tell your people. Be honest with them. And you ain't gotta blurt it out. You don't have to blurt that shit out in public. You pull them to the side and you tell them like, yo, that don't look good on you. That don't look good on you. If I have a friend who lets me go out in public any old kind of way, I don't care what it is. Booger in my nose, crusty eyes, chapped lips. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you agree with it or you disagree with it. I want to know about myself. I want somebody to catch the errors that I didn't catch within myself. As for this rapper, I hope she don't get a damn dime. I'm going to just say it. I hope she don't get a damn dime off of this. It was such a setup. It was so fucked up. That man lost his job. It's clear she was looking for the come up. She was looking for the payout. And that's cool. Rip these companies off any way you can. But not at the expense of somebody out here busting their ass trying to make a living. I can't get with it.